What's up, fellas? Having a rough look. A couple of weeks, guys. Had to do 2 head nods in a row. All right. So I got a loyal patron supporter that wants me to talk about how to get a sugar mama. Now, before y'all guys turn the video off, that's not necessarily what the video is about. So don't turn it off yet. Because I know a lot of you guys, as soon as I said that, you go, oh, hell no. Hold on. I want to make a point in this video. Now, I'm going to tell this brother what he can do to get a sugar mama. And then he's going to see exactly the point I'm trying to make. So to that young brother that wants to get a sugar mama, and for you guys that don't know what a sugar mama is, it's just like a sugar daddy, but basically somebody who financially supports you, somebody who gives you money. Okay. To get a sugar mama means you have to date somebody that's way below your sexual market value, and they have the means and the willingness to compensate for that. In other words, if you're a man let's just say you give yourself a 7, or let's say the average person gives you a 7, that typically means you got to date a woman that's about a 3 or a 4. Because women use a different SMV scale than us because they're in abundance with social media. So y'all guys got to understand that women are using a different, so like a woman that's a 5 wants to date a man that's a 7 or an 8. And all this is due to social media and dating apps. All right. It gives them more abundance. So they are dating way up. Women have always wanted to be hypergamous, but not this hypergamous, right? This was women hypergamy back in the day. I make 40,000. I want a man who makes 40,000 or a little bit more. Now, with social media hypergamy, a woman who makes 40,000 wants to date a man who makes 2 or 3 times that at least. All right. That's what social media has did to women's abundance. Okay, guys. In other words, a woman getting social media is like you creating a top R&B hit or a top pop hit. You're going to be in more of abundance, right? That's what social media has did for women. Now, that brother there, he's thinking he's going to get a woman he finds very attractive to get him some money. Guys, that day is over. You used to could do that back in the day. 20 years ago, you used to could find a pretty woman, attractive woman that had no social circle, not much of a social life, who was lonely. And if you would have ran into her at the mall or Walmart or something like that, yeah, she probably would help you out financially. With dating apps has killed that. Okay, that woman is no longer lonely. Back in the day, yes, you could find an 8, 9, or 10 that was lonely, who had no life, no real friends. Maybe she had one friend who was married. Y'all guys and so she was lonely. So she go and meet your bummy ass, and she wouldn't take care of you. Y'all guys kind of saw this on a thin line between love and hate, even though Martin wasn't a bum. But y'all guys saw how that woman was like isolated, and she had no friends. And so it made her cling to Martin. That woman, I know it's just a movie, but guys, it actually speaks to how things was at that time. That woman today, she would probably be on one of these rich dating apps having rich men throw themselves at her. Or at the bare minimum, she would be on Hinge or Bumble going on dates. She wouldn't be sweating Martin like that. But she was sweating Martin. Remember how lonely she was? Remember how she sat at the house with her cake for her birthday? She had no friends. That's what you used to see with a lot of successful women back in the day. They would be very isolated. And so, guys, that day is over with. So you're not going to get an attractive woman to take care of you. You're going to go get some unattractive, probably older woman that you don't want. My point being, guys, is there is no way around building yourself up to get what you want. Do you want to stoop that low to get with somebody you don't find attractive just for a couple of $100s? Do y'all guys know why women fought so hard for feminism? And I'm convinced, and ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. Do y'all guys know? Women want to make their own money So they had to stop marrying men that they find unattractive to survive. At the end of the day, that's what feminism was to me. Women wanted the opportunity to get in the workplace, make their own money so they can fuck Chad and Mustafa. That's the bottom fucking line. Now women, since they make their own money, they can fuck who they want to fuck. All you guys who are struggling with women, the reason you're struggling with women is because women are able to make their own money, and then you post social media on top of that. But I'm telling y'all guys, even without social media, it still would have been harder today than what it was 30 years ago. It still would have been harder because women make their own money now. So they're not as dependent on you. Guys, when I was young, here we go. We reminiscing, baby. We reminiscing. When I was in my early 20s, it wasn't nothing to meet a woman who you would have to help out $30, $40, $50 for a bill. At that time, guys, it was not about so much about dating. It was about, could you help the woman financially? And it wasn't nothing crazy relative to what you was making, but $40, $50 back in that time, that was like a whole day's work. Now I'm talking about, over the course of a month, the woman might get to the end of the month and she's $75 short on a light bill or something like that, or short on her rent. I'm not talking about every other day. I'm talking about for the month. Now, I still understand that that's some money because you got to understand at that time you making $8, $9, $10, $11 an hour. So it ain't like today where everybody makes, like bullshit jobs. Like I think Walmart people are making like $17 an hour and fast food workers are making $17, $18 an hour now. But at that time, everything was $7, $8, $9, $10 an hour. Maybe you got lucky and thought you was a boss and making 11 or 12, but typically it was around that $8 an hour mark, right? So you work all day for $50. And so, because women were trying to survive. So at that time, I'm doing a little too much, Ram. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you motherfuckers say you like it, so here you go. So at that time, guys, it was more about survival, okay? So now, with women making their own money, they don't have to date unattractive men or men that they don't find attractive. Now, this is what you want to do trying to be lazy. So this is what I got to ask you, young man. Do you want to be lazy and fuck unattractive women? Or do you want to build your money up, work on yourself so you can fuck the women you want to fuck? The point of me saying this, guys, is it's always easier to just do the fucking work. Because you know how much energy you're going to expend trying to entertain these fat, unattractive women? They want to text you, talk to you, spend time with you. All that so you can get 100 here and 100 there. It's not worth it, guys. And I'm convinced that if you had to ask women the one benefit of feminism, I guarantee you that would be the number one benefit, that they now can fuck who they want to fuck. Next, guys, it's more work trying to find a shortcut or take a shortcut than doing the actual fucking work. So, guys, I'll take y'all guys back to me in school in my 7th grade year. So I remember when I first got to middle school, 7th grade, skipping class like a motherfucker. That's the first time you really get to skip a class. When you're in elementary, you do half the day in one class and then you do the other half in another class, right? So you don't skip. So when you got to middle school, you can skip just one class and you can go to the next class, right? So maybe you don't want to go to math, but you want to go to science or whatever, right? I quickly realized that, man, wouldn't it just be easier just to go to class than ducking and dodging and looking over your fucking shoulders? You expend more energy skipping than going to fucking class and doing the fucking work. Who fucking knew? When I was at the mattress company, I was a good worker, but there were some lazy motherfuckers out there. And they spent the whole day trying to act like they was doing more work than they actually was doing. And I just used to look at them and say, they spend more energy looking over their shoulder trying to see where the boss or the manager's at. They could have just done the fucking work. You could have just made the fucking bed or built the fucking bed instead of just constantly looking at every corner trying to see if the boss coming. It's harder to fake it than to actually do the fucking work. It's actually more work. You would spend more time trying to keep that fat bitch happy or that old bitch happy than just going, getting the skills, starting your own business and becoming a millionaire your goddamn self. Think. There are no shortcuts in life, guys. Because at the end of the day, shortcuts cost you more than the actual work. For all you guys who know back in the day, you really can't do this now because most of the cars are computerized. But back in the day, you would always try to get you a shade tree mechanic and you try to save some money. Man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save $300 to get him put this. You end up paying him. It ain't right. Then you have to take it to the shop any fucking way. So you pay double. You can't even make this shit up. You tried to take a shortcut and end up paying double. You're better off just doing it right from the get-go. When you take your car to the shop now, what do they tell you? I can't guarantee my work if you don't get this fixed. You like, oh man, well just do that right there. Don't worry about that. You don't got to guarantee your work. And then the car break down. Then you're like, oh man, he told you the reason he told you he couldn't guarantee his work because you got to get this fixed before you get that fixed. That's why he told you he couldn't guarantee his work. But you wanted to do the bare minimum thinking that's enough to get by. So now you got to pay double. There are no fucking shortcuts, guys. I'm telling you right now, there are no fucking shortcuts in life. Stop trying to find them. Do the fucking work. It's lazy and it's a loser's mindset. Next, guys, shortcuts aren't built to last. They're not built to last, guys. They don't last because they're not built on a solid foundation. Because, all right, let me explain something to y'all guys. Let's hypothetically say you guys are trying to network with me, right? You know what? I'll give you a goddamn better way of doing it. This is a better way to say this. Let's hypothetically say one of you guys say, AMS, I'll pay you for a collaboration. I pay you, AMS, I'll pay you for a collaboration. All right, cool. I take whatever the going rate for a collaboration is. I got over 500,000 subscribers. You got 200. So you wouldn't compensate me since you benefiting more from this relationship, right? So you got to compensate for that. You got 200 subscribers. I got 500,000. If I wanted to collab with Mr. Beast, I'm gonna have to pay for that because he ain't gonna get as much benefit from that relationship as me. So you got to pay for that, right? All right, you pay for it. Your views don't change. Why? Because just because you paid for that collaboration, your content still fucking sucks. You still haven't did the work with the content. There are people on YouTube, guys, who have went viral for one video. They got lucky with one video. And then you go and look at all the videos behind that and they suck. That one guy who did that song, made that song about Patti LaBelle pies, and he's singing the pies, Patti. Well, he sang and the video went ultra viral. It's still on YouTube. Last I checked, I haven't checked in like 2 or 3 years, but it's still on YouTube. He was singing about Patti LaBelle pies, and you guys can look it up and find it. It's got like crazy amount of views, like 50, 60 million views. Every video after that sucks. Collaborations don't work. Clout chasing don't work. The only thing that works is good, consistent content. Viral videos don't work. None of that shit works. You right now, if you got 200 subscribers, you can go over there right now and do a collaboration with Mr. Beast. I'll check your goddamn views in 2 weeks and your views will be goddamn pretty much the same. Because if the content ain't good, it don't fucking matter. Now, if the content good, oh, that collaboration works well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on collaborations. If the content is on point, oh, it can work well. But if you got shitty content, it don't fucking matter. King Combs, Sean Diddy's son, did that song with Kodak Black. Song was hot on the radio. Don't stop, won't stop. Catch a little song. I ain't heard a song since from him. Don't matter, you go get with one of the hottest rappers in the game. Kodak can't make you. Your daddy can't make you. You gotta make you. You can go collab with anybody you fucking want to. You can collab with Drake, Kendrick, Jay-Z. That song now might do good. Every song after that, flatline. I want y'all guys to think about all the artists that Drake has done singles with that was hot, right? Think about all some of them was talented, right? So they popped. But a lot of those guys who got the Drake stimulus package, they fell off right after that one song. Just because you go get that one song from Drake, Drake can't make you. Work, consistency is what make you. There are no fucking shortcuts. So if the content is good and you've done the work for the content and you just need a little bit of exposure, oh, then it works. But if you think somebody gonna save you and you think you're gonna take a shortcut because you rap and you're gonna go pay Drake a couple $100 or a couple $100,000 for a feature and that he gonna make your career when the rest of it sucks, good fucking luck with that. Let me know how that work out for you. There are no fucking shortcuts. Networking only works if the product that you're offering is worth something. Nepotism only works if the product you're offering is worth something. Don't matter who your fucking daddy is. Don't matter who your homeboy is. Don't matter who you fucking know. Next, guys, you never learn the proper way to do it. So, let's take this from a perspective of getting your training certification. Let's just take it from that point of view. Okay, cool. You cram for it and you figure out a way to remember all this shit, but you don't actually fucking know none of it. You just remember all the material. You actually never learned the material. You just crammed for it. Well, the problem with this is, it's great. You're going to get a certification that say you're a trainer. That's great. Congratulations. How are you going to fucking keep your clients? Because see, they don't give a fuck about your certification. They actually care about fucking results. That's what they care about. They don't give a fuck about your certification. If you guys go to college and get an accounting degree, when you go to that bank or you work for that firm or whoever the fucking you doing their books, they want to see some results. It's good you got a piece of paper. The paper looks cute with your name on it and say Howard University. That's cool. It looks cute. Big bold letters too. And it looks real cute. But when it's time to do the fucking work, you don't know what the fuck you doing. So you took a shortcut and you crammed. You found a way to remember everything. If I put it this way, I can remember. But you didn't learn shit. So you can pass test cramming, but you don't know what the fuck you doing because you don't ask how and why. For all you guys that say, well, how do I learn the material? You always have to say why or how it goes that way. Don't just accept that it goes that fucking way. The lat brings your arm to a full anatomy extension, right? From here to here, your lat does that. You need to know how and why it does that. If you know the how and why, you can remember it. If you can remember it, You can translate it when you need it in the real fucking world and not just on a fucking test. So you can just remember that, but when you get with a client and they tell you they shoulder fucking hurt, you just gonna sit there and fucking look at them because you don't know what the fuck you doing. Because you don't have no fucking idea why they fucking shoulder hurting. Because you don't know the fucking lat inserts inside the humerus. So if it's fucking tight, the shoulder is gonna be fucking impinged and rounded. But you didn't fucking know that because you were too busy trying to remember shit instead of actually fucking learning it. Because you wanted to take a fucking shortcut. For all you guys in trade school and college right now, learn the fucking material. Don't just try to pass fucking tests. Learn it. And when you fucking learn it, when you get in the real world, you're able to use it and be successful. When I was with my clients and they come to me with little knickknacks and stuff like this here, I knew what the fuck I was doing because I knew what every muscle does in the body. Next, guys, whatever happened to enjoying the journey? Since when did enjoying the journey become a fucking burden? And you know, it's funny because when guys play video games, it seems like guys enjoy the journey. Now, this is funny because I remember Super Mario 3 fucking would give you a fucking flute, right? Would give you a fucking flute to skip worlds. So I know whoever came up with Mario said, we'll just put this in there for lazy asses. Because I never got understood the whole flute thing while I'm skipping worlds. Because, you know, is it just about getting to the end result or is it about enjoying the journey? See, guys, part of this thing in life, guys, is about enjoying the journey, not just getting to the end result. If you're somebody now who need to lose 100 pounds, yes, it would be nice to lose 20 pounds a week. But enjoying the journey 2-3 pounds a week is much more enjoyable than just trying to get to the end goal. You got to learn how to enjoy all this fucking bullshit. Guys, look, I remember back to the portrait mode videos, just everything that come with this. I remember all the wars I fought at the beginning with the beefs and stuff like that. I have enjoyed this journey on YouTube. I have enjoyed this fucking journey. I'm enjoying the journey building my new business. See, it's just not about the end goal. This is supposed to be fun. I'm enjoying getting my ass kicked with my new business. That's going to make it much more pleasurable at the end when I win. What's the fucking point? You guys right now should be remembering these days. Guys, listen, man, I can go back to everything. I remember first getting my first pamphlet in from NASM to study for the certification to become a trainer, to going out applying to training jobs, to going to the Equinox and doing their orientation and just watching hours of videos and then coming on YouTube and then fighting wars and just, guys, I remember all this fucking bullshit. Learning how to title videos to where you don't want to clickbait, but it's got to be, the title got to be good enough for a person to click on, but you don't want it to be fucking just bullshit clickbait. So you got to learn how to make the title salacious enough to where a person want to click on, but not feel like you lied to them at the same time. It's a perfect balance in there. All this type of shit, guys, come with being successful on YouTube. All that. You want to enjoy all of that. So when you try to take shortcuts, you remove the fun from it. This is supposed to be fun. The journey is supposed to be fun. Training camp for football players is supposed to be fun. The regular season is supposed to be fun. The playoffs is supposed to be fun. How are you going to enjoy winning if you don't have a journey? This is why people who are handed things, this is why when they have everything, that's why they don't seem like they really can enjoy it as much, because they didn't earn it. Earning it is as fun as having it. So I just want you guys to get out this mindset of always trying to find a shortcut. Guys, there's a difference between working smarter, not harder, than a shortcut. There's a difference. A shortcut is associated with basically cheating. Working smarter, not harder is like efficiency. See, a shortcut is you trying to, it's about, basically, I think I came up with the right fucking word, cheating. Cheating. Let's call it what it is. Working smarter, not harder is about efficiency. It's about finding a way to do something smarter. I switched from doing these on my lunch break to doing them when I get home. Why? I said, man, it would make sense to just make one trip home. That's more efficient. I'll have no problem with you guys figuring out a way to be more efficient, but trying to find a way to cut the workout and cheat, that don't last, guys. And lastly, guys, shortcuts carry more risk. Let's just think about everything that's associated with taking a shortcut. BBLs, liposuction, Ozempic, breaking the law to make fast money. What am I missing? Fad diets, crash diets, diet pills. All those things are associated with shortcuts. Steroids. Taking steroids. What's one thing you see in all those? They carry more risk. To your health, to your freedom. Anytime you take a shortcut, you taking a chance. You gambling some type of fucking way. When you work smarter, not harder, there's no risk associated with that. You just found a better way to do something smarter. When you take shortcuts, I guarantee you, if you look at everything that's associated with a shortcut, I guarantee there's a risk of something, a risk of getting caught, some type of way to cost you. So that's basically the way you can tell the difference between a shortcut and being more efficient. Is being more efficient, do you see a more risk associated with it? Because working smart, not hard, is not more risk. It's just you found a smarter way to do it. A shortcut is something in there, a danger to your health, your freedom, your money, something, your reputation, something. It's something in there that if it goes wrong, it's going to cost you some type of way. So you guys, I don't want you guys trying to take shortcuts, fucking up your life, fucking up your health. Just do the fucking work. It'll last longer. It's built on a more sustainable ground. You know what the fuck you doing. And you got to fucking enjoy the journey. Guys, listen, the thing about purpose is this here. Money is nice. We all love money, so I won't shit on having money. But the major thing comes from having a purpose, and just not the end result of having the money. Is actually filling that void in your life. So this is what happens if you learn how to take shortcuts and you obtain the end goal. Well, you just got money with that void again. You just got money with that. Do y'all guys know what happiness comes from? Contentment. That's where happiness comes from. A person that's not happy is never content. And that's just not financially, guys. It's a lot of aspects of life where you can find contentment at. You could not be content with the girl you got. Or to your circle of friends. Contentment comes the way you look. One reason I told you guys why I stopped worrying about being 8-10%. Because I just noticed that when I lived that hot lifestyle, I was never happy. I always looking in the mirror, found a piece of fat somewhere. I said, man, damn this shit. No matter how lean you get, you always look in the mirror and you always find another little spot of fat somewhere. Contentment is what makes happiness. So just getting to the end goal It's not going to make you happy. The point I say all that, guys, is that's why the journey is more important than the end goal. Because once you get to the end goal, well, now you just got to find something else. So you just keep taking these shortcuts. What's the fucking point? The whole point of this purpose thing is to fill that void. You fill that void. If you guys think back to your childhood, unless I know some people have bad childhoods, right? You have bad parents and stuff like this. But for my people who didn't have bad parents, even if you were poor, you'll notice you was a lot happier in the backyard playing hopscotch and jump rope and all the other little shit, even though you was poor as hell. And you might be somebody now who's a lawyer making $250,000, $300,000 a year. And you say to yourself, well, why the fuck was I so happy then? Because you were content. You were content and now you're not. And I say all that to say that just proves the journey is more important than the end goal. Because once you get to the end goal, to find that happiness again, well, now you got to find another purpose. You play a video game. The fun is in playing a video game to get, you have more fun playing a video game to get to the end, because once you accomplish the end, well, now you got to buy another video game and start over. So then you have to ask yourself, imagine if you on there and you took shortcuts. Well, what was the fucking, so listen, you took the shortcuts to get to the end. You got to the end. Now you got to find another game to start over. What was the fucking purpose of taking the shortcut? So you can tell everybody you beat the game? Who gives a fuck? So enjoy the fucking journey. It's the only way to happiness. If you keep racing to the end, that means you're not content. All right, guys, I hope I explained that last one right. I know some of the stuff I say kind of go over your head, so I try to explain the best I can. That one was a little deep, but I hope y'all guys get what I'm saying. All right, guys, I'll get back with you guys later.